begin, I want to thank my nominator, Alfred, and my seconder, Jeanette. And I want to say to all the candidates running, be fair and be honest. And when you speak to people, speak from here. Because when I speak from here. I don't beat around the bush. If I have something to say, I'll say it. If I don't like something, I'll say it too. A lot of you guys know me, and a lot of people know me that I worked in the health center for 20 years. Actually, 19 years and 10 months, almost 20 years. I worked with everyone, from the youngest child to the oldest elder. I've seen a lot of things in our community. I've seen change, major change, where our community is deteriorating. Our community is going down. Our people, the self-esteem is going down. Why? Why is that? People don't have the ambition to go forward. And the people that do, somebody else is there to suppress them. Why? Envy and jealousy. That has to stop. We cannot live like that any longer. We have to promote each other. We have to encourage each other. We have to support each other. We have younger children sitting here. We got to show them to be responsible, respectable people in our community and live in harmony with one another. You know, a time comes when enough is enough. And 4 years ago, I had enough. I had enough sitting over there at the health center watching everything go downhill. So what I did, I applied for school. You know, a lot of times I was ashamed because I never graduated high school. I had a grade 10. I applied to the University of Saskatchewan. The only way I could get in there was if I had to write an exam. I had to challenge 4 subject areas. If I failed one of those subject areas, I wouldn't have been accepted. And I passed it. I'm on my last semester. I will graduate this summer with a Bachelor of Arts and Science in Northern Studies and Public Administration. My majors are in Northern Studies and Political Science. I've taken every single political study class that was offered every semester, plus some semesters I took 2. I've worked hard, day and night. There was days I stayed up till 2, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, I neglected my kids to play with them because I was too busy because I had a deadline. You know, when we work in this world, we have deadlines. When you're committed to do something, you have deadlines. And then everybody talked about little bits and pieces of our community, of the infrastructure, of the things they want, of the things that they dislike. We've even seen it here, the animosity between people in our community. Enough is enough of that. We need to change it. When you vote, think about the people that is going to do something for you, that is going to speak for you, that is going to represent you in a respectable manner. Full body, mind, and soul. People that need to be sober. People that don't do drugs. I'm not perfect. I've had my fair share of experiences, but I've learned from it. But I want to do something for my future generations of this community because we all are related, one way or the other. People here, St. George and Michelle Village, we are all related, one way or the other, including people in Buffalo, Turner, Laloche, Pachinak. How many people we have living down south that have professional degrees? Those people should be here, employed here. They are valuable assets to our community. They are the people that hold a degree that can help us prosper, especially our children in school. You know, we need people like that, educated people to work for us and to work with us. Our elders, Our elders are very valuable in knowledge. They have a lot of knowledge. When an elder dies, it's like burning an encyclopedia. You know? Our elders have a lot of knowledge. Doesn't matter who they are, even if it's one story, that's like one chapter. That is very precious material that these elders carry within them because they lived it and they learned it and they have the experience. Moving on to our structures of government. I learned this in school. 4 years ago, I didn't know about it. Municipalities, First Nation communities, urban settings, provincial, federal, and international. It all works hand in hand, but the way it operates right now is from the top down, from the federal government down, from the crown down. That has to stop. Prime Minister Trudeau and our AFN chief, they talk about nation-to-nation building. When they talk about nation-to-nation building, they have to start from the bottom and work your way up. It's enough of the government telling us, here's a contract, or here's a document saying if you don't do this, if you don't sign this, we're not going to get this. That has to stop. We have to write those policies. We have to tell them what we want. When you take a policy, our election code is one prime example. In my political studies class, I had to take policies, I had to tear it apart, and I had to argue it. From a legal standpoint, I had to prove my point, what was wrong about this document. That's what I studied. And I believe the education that I'm receiving on how to do these things has prepared me, has showed me to work for you guys. I'm a committed person and I work hard. I've been working since I was a little kid, till I became an adult, until today. I work every single day, if I'm going to school or if it's for my children. But either way, I work. And when I work hard. That's the honest truth. They talk about this oil and gas industry and this mining that they're supposed to happen. The documents that they give us, terminology. Terminology in a document is very vital. If you don't understand words, and if you misunderstand one word, it could make a big difference, a huge difference. Say, for example, when you're talking about peoples or people, it's two different things. It's a group or multiple groups. Or if they talk about traditional territory, it's our traditional territory. But what about our ancestral territory? It makes a big difference, especially when it comes to environmental impact assessments or the land and resource sectors. It's a big issue. Because if they sell off the land, what are we going to have down the road? Land is important. Anything concerning the land is a big, big issue. Everybody here should know about what's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on about all these consultations that have been going on for the past couple of years. And that's unfair to me, and that's unfair to you. That's unfair to all of us, including the kids that aren't even born yet. It's a big issue. If they sell off our traditional territory and they start this mining industry, it'll affect the water. Once they affect the water, because water is life, water is what provides growth. If that water is contaminated, we will die off slowly with cancers and illnesses and sicknesses. Pretty soon all of us are going to only have to have bottled water. Is that going to be the case? Look at people in Fort McKay. They can't even take long showers or brush their teeth with their tap water because it's contaminated. The people downriver from there, from Fort McMurray, same thing. Why? Because of the mining industry. Groundwater seeps into the ground and goes into our water systems and our watersheds. What's going to happen if we allow this to go through? All we're doing is sabotaging ourselves and our children from not having any land left. The federal government fought us from time in the beginning when they started signing the treaties. They fought us for our lands. They're still fighting us for our lands. They say whether you sign it or not, you don't have the right your surface rights or your subsurface rights, that is bullshit. We can argue it, we can fight it, and we can save it. You just gotta know how to read those documents. And you gotta understand it. And the people have to help you. If you read something out and you don't understand it, you explain it to them. If you don't understand it, you find the answer for them. There's always an answer for everything. No matter what, there's always an answer for everything. And one way or the other, the truth always comes out, sooner or later. You know, I'm sick and tired of a lot of things that are going on in our community. That's why I got up and decided to get an education so I can come back and work for you. So I can come back and do something for you. So I can come back and try to make a change and a difference for our community and the generations to come. So next week on the 24th, remember me, Renita Noltcho. Take that opportunity for those advanced polls. And think of me when you go there. Same thing on the 3rd. Think of me. I will put my education to use for you. I went to school for you. I didn't go to school for myself. I went to school for my children and my children's children and for my community. I will honor and respect my position, whether I'm here in the community and whether I'm out there. I will conduct myself in a respectable honor for you and with you. And if I do anything to disrespect anybody's honor in any way, I challenge you to come to me and tell me, I don't like what you did. I don't like how you're doing this. I disagree with that. You come tell me in my face. I'm not a mean person. I will take it and I will accept it. And I will learn from it. Because that's what we do. We learn from our mistakes. So I ask you, and I humbly ask you, I will do my best in any which way possible. Everything that's going on in the ban office, I promise you one thing. I will figure out what's going on. I will put it on the table, and my deadline will be treaty days. We all have a right to know what's going on, what's in those documents, and what is being said and done. That's the only thing I can promise to our community. I will take whatever it is that's there, put it on the table, open it up for you, and my deadline will be treaty day. You tell everyone, you share that in a good way. And if I said anything here today that disrespected anybody in any way, I apologize. If I said something good, I appreciate it. I thank you. So don't forget, on election day, remember, Renita Noltcho is running for chief, and she's a new candidate. She's experienced, she's educated, and she's willing to work hard and work for you and work with you. Thank you.